You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, look what the cat dragged in. Joe Biggs and Jakari Jackson were just in there in the control room. Joe says he's totally exhausted. We're going to get him in here at the bottom of the hour and then let them enjoy their Thanksgiving. You know, when I look at Joe or Jakari, I don't see a white guy and a black guy that are good buddies and like to work together. I just see two people that want freedom. I just see two great reporters. Like when I look out there and I see Nico Acosta and, you know, our other folks out there like CJ and Richard, I don't see white guys or Hispanic guys. I just see people that do a great job. But I guess that's because I'm a racist. Anyways, the Democratic Party wants you to identify racially. And that's why they're stirring up stuff all over the country, whether the Brown was shot for a good reason or not. And when a cop shoots somebody in the wrong, we go, yeah, a cop shot him in the wrong. And the evidence isn't there. It's just, I like due process, folks. I've had people accuse me of a lot of stuff I didn't do. People lie. I mean, the cop may be a big jerk. There's a video they claim is him. It's a Ferguson cop threatening, you know, going, I'll basically crack you over the head because you're videotaping me. So maybe he is a little spoiled brat, coward thug. I don't know. But so maybe he's a little spoiled brat, and maybe Brown was a big, mean thug. That's what it looks like to me. Let's go to Steve. No, Mac's up first. Mac, thanks for holding. You're on the air. Then Steve.
Hey, Alex, a big howdy to you from FEMA Region 4 here. I disagree with you a little bit on 2 points I've heard so far today. And the first, I'm really not trying to be legalistic, but the term terrorist being thrown around for these criminals in Ferguson, I think sets a dangerous precedent that, you know, going to call for a lot of this military action on the streets and a lot more militarization of the police. And who knows, the next president we get or something like that, it may be you and me out there they're calling terrorists.
No, listen, I'm the guy that from day one said the Patriot Act will be used on non-terror-related cases. It's going to define everything as terrorism to then use things outside of the legal system to come after you. But then when people, listen, it is the definition of terrorism to shoot at firefighters. That is meant to create fear and terrorize folks. So under that, they can be charged, but they don't need to be. They can be charged with attempted murder. So I get what you're saying, and I totally agree with you.
Number two thing I disagree with. And on a little bit lighter note, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to you, and I'm not really sure that you're not Bill Hicks.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not. I'm just with you.
What do you think about Texas Monthly, like, doing a whole report on it?
I don't know. I think it's good fodder out there. You know, it gets you a lot of listeners on YouTube and things like that. So I wouldn't fight it too much.
Well, I've already had like 3 or 4 times over the years. I'll be in a restaurant or at the grocery store, and it's like, Bill. And I'm sitting there ignoring it, and because, I mean, I'm not Bill. And then they go, hey, Alex. And I turn around and they go, oh, I was just seeing if you're Bill Hicks.
Besides, you're better looking than Bill anyway.
Oh, I used to be. I don't know. Back when I was Bill Hicks. I mean, it's just crazy. He may have some Welsh genetics or something. If you ever go up to the Welsh country, Wales and stuff, I mean, everybody kind of looks like me. I think those are the dominant genes here. But I look about as Gaelic as it gets, folks. And they'll go, he's gay. You know, people are so ignorant. But, I mean, I'm not Bill Hicks, ladies and gentlemen. He could look like a cousin, maybe. I mean, he had, like, dark brown hair. I got light brown hair now. I used to be blonde. I mean, it's just insane. But, you know, they're just going to say now they've almost got me. They've almost exposed me. Anything else?
Yeah, well, you know, I really feel sorry for the folks up there getting their places burned down. And I just want, you know, the listeners out there just be cautious about calling for more force. More force isn't necessarily the right thing in this situation. I think the criminals should be prosecuted in every instance that this goes on. But the cops up there, they're walking a tight line, trying to drag the criminals out and get this whole thing sorted out. I think eventually it's definitely, we saw from the time they put this thing out at 9 p.m., the worst night of every drunken druggie who's just been getting worked up on that night, and not holding it off last weekend.
You can see the setup. I agree with you. They should have waited till the morning. The experts are clear. Sunlight, purified water, healthy non-GMO food, and having a good attitude is essential to a healthy immune system. But I go further with Super Nascent Iodine X2 from InfoWarsLife.com. 50% stronger than our original and revolutionary Nascent Iodine formula, coming from a deep earth crystal source that no other supplier has. Most other forms of iodine come from seaweed in areas plagued by Fukushima and other contaminants. Not our iodine. It comes from over 200 million-year-old crystal salt deposits and is tested and proven to be completely pure. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today. See the informational videos. Read the information they're compiled. And for a limited time, when you use promo code NOW at checkout, you get an additional 5% off the entire family of InfoWarsLife.com products. Secure your Survival Shield X2 today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
Introducing Secret 12, the new InfoWars Life vitamin B12 formulation. Most forms of vitamin B12 are highly processed and synthetic and could not be properly absorbed by the body. That's why for real results, so many are having to turn to painful B12 injections, which are known to have higher absorption rates. Now, InfoWarsLife.com is excited to announce that we can bring you our most bioactive, powerful form of B12 that has been developed with our exclusive perfected process. Secret 12 is a binary of nutramedical-grade, bioavailable coenzyme forms of B12, methylcobalamin, the same kind used in B12 injections, and adenosylcobalamin. Secret 12 is simply taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Discover the secret. Secret 12. Secure your revolutionary Secret 12 formula right now at InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.
I'll show you politics in America. Here it is, right here. I think the puppet on the right shares my beliefs. I think the puppet on the left is more to my liking. Hey, wait a minute. There's one guy holding up both puppets. Shut up. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control.
Defending the Republic from enemies, foreign and domestic.
Line I wrote, huh?
It's Alex Jones.
Oh, man, we've got all this serious stuff to deal with, and a caller just brought this up. It's in the magazine, one of the biggest in the country. Texas Monthly is huge. A lot of Texans subscribe to it, and the headline is, the conspiracy theory that Alex Jones is actually legendary, long-dead Texas comedian Bill Hicks, and they tongue-in-cheek look at it like it could be true. We can scroll through it for TV viewers. We're going to post the article up on Infowars.com. This has been going on 5-6 years, and I know it annoys the family because their son's dead, and it's pretty painful to have this brought up. And it's just crazy. It's totally crazy. And it shows how people can latch on to something that's a real conspiracy theory, and then meanwhile, the Federal Reserve is not federal. and it's raping the country, sucking us dry. Foreign banks are looting us. They're shutting down our industrial base. Half the blacks get aborted in the country, but they're not rioting about that, which they should be, in my humble view, but over some guy that appears to be a thug. People, like Stalin said, evil genius that he was, one man is a martyr. One man's death is a tragedy. 10 million people's deaths is a statistic, basically. And it's just, you can have something that is so asinine that is just viral on the internet, that I'm Bill Hicks. It's like the white supremacists with all this made-up stuff about me, lying about me constantly. I mean, it's just crazy. And by the way, if you knew how the web worked, idiots, it doesn't hurt me that you're doing all that. In this world of billions of websites and hundreds of millions of people posting every few minutes, all of your negative attacks only create more buzz. People say, who is this? I better check this out. So they come here to hear what we actually stand for. Not racism against blacks, racism against Asians, Jews, whites, Christians. I just want freedom. I'm not Islamophobic, but I don't support our government funding radical Islamicists. And then I got to get attacked by some of the radical Islamicists that I'm anti-Arab or anti-Islam. Man, I'm just anti-tyranny. And it can come in any shape, form, or group. Now, that's where I stand. We told you they're preparing for riots of blacks at the Pentagon training. We show the videos. We show the documents in July in the articles that are up on Infowars.com. Flashback, U.S. Army training to fight black Americans. And then now it's happening. They don't have major regular Army units training, and all the role players are blacks in inner cities unless they're planning something. And then they know how to psyop and take this event and hype it and get folks all angry so that you're not angry about all the real stuff. That's what I'm saying here. Steve in New Jersey disagrees. He's on the air. Go ahead.
Bill, how's it going? I just want to say a couple things. The American people are tired of this tyranny, and it's not Michael Brown. There's countless other, police brutality. That black man who was strangled to death by those cops. I mean, the American people are sick of it, and this is the way they're going to show how sick and tired of it. And would you call the Patriots back when they dumped the Teen Harbor, would you call them terrorists?
They were attacking the direct company, East India, that had gotten the regulation passed outside of law to not let them import tea, and they had ships commanding British naval forces protecting them, seizing their legitimate cargoes being brought into Boston. And so what they did was a strategic, beautiful blow directly at the enemy. And I support the men that met at the Green Dragon and carried out that Tea Party. That is exactly what I explained. Do people even listen to what I'm saying? I said if blacks got mad at Planned Parenthood, founded to murder them, founded to exterminate their children, founded to carry out eugenics in their neighborhoods, I would say, well, you're really going after the folks that are running the show. Instead, oh, they love them because the Democrats tell them to on average. Same deal. If people who had their kids die from Factor 8 and Bayer, and there wasn't justice in that, and I'm not saying do this, but I would say, well, they hurt people and they weren't brought to justice. If something, but I wouldn't want to see a secretary at Bayer. How about whoever was in charge at the time who made that decision in those audio recordings and texts that came out in court that they said, so what if it's going to kill people? Ship it out. Those people need to be held accountable. You bet. You bet. But I look at the bigger issue. The globalists want to get a physical war going now before we peacefully hit critical mass and awaken the country to the globalist agenda. That's happening. So I said they would start a race war to trigger the rebellion that's coming, to make it racial in nature so we're not unified. They hijack waves of discontent. Julius Caesar said, there is a time in the affairs of men when taken at the flood leads on to fortune. An oft-quoted statement by here on the broadcast. It's actually William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, but he was quoting known historical statements of Julius Caesar that you've got to catch fortune at the tide. There is a tide in the affairs of men when taken at the flood leads on to fortune. The globalists know that there is a tide of anger. People are trying to find answers. They want to sabotage it, make it racial, get us fighting with the police so they can call the military out, just like Katrina to take the guns. Do you understand the PSYOP? Do you admit that I predicted all this? Do you admit we told you what was coming next? Do we get any respect for being right? Or what are you saying?
I agree with some of the points you're making, but at the same time, I mean, there's only so much American people can